as the teams will get lined up. Howard Community College will be in blue once again. George Mason University, they're in orange. Best of 3 series, and here we go. Kickoff goes right off the side wall. Once again, it's going to be the Dragons now who are getting on a front foot right away. And we said that, how are they going to respond? That is the big question. Right now, they're going to respond with aggressiveness. Aaron gets a pass towards the middle, but nobody's there for Howard. It's going to be cleared out by Vega. JR able to keep it in off the midline. Nice bump there. He's going to take a shot. Ripsticks. Good old Ripsticks. He's there with the save, as it is going to eventually be cleaned out by Grammer. Played in to the Dragon side. They're going to try to clear it out slowly with some possession, but Ripsticks going to break that up. Aaron hits it all the way down to the other side, and it's just going to be stuck in the corner at the moment. A little bit of ping pong ball at the moment as Ripsticks. He's going to try to play it off the wall. That's going to be a shot towards goal. Goes off the post. Ripsticks misses it by an inch. And the Dragons were just unprepared for that one. They caught a break. The Patriots trying to regather themselves. Ripsticks, he's going to go for a long shot. JR able to cut that one out before it really gets towards the goal. Bounces straight up into the air. Aerial 50-50. Ex-Navy doesn't quite get the contact he was looking for. Aaron is exploded in mid-air. Explosions in the sky, you might say. JR hits it down towards the goal. Backflip, a little scorpion kick by Grammer. That thing of beauty there. Even going for the bicycle kick. Played for the middle, shot by Vega, and it goes in off the bottom of the crossbar. What a shot by Vega. But give the credit to all 3 of those Patriots. As you can see, Grammer came in, got the demo. Ripsticks flipped it up for the pass, and Vega puts it in.
Is the demo almost considered like a foul in the box?
Honestly, at this point, the demo is what really set it up, so how can you call it a foul? You got to give him credit. That's a pat on the back as Ripsticks comes through, and the Howard Community College Dragons just completely misplay it off of the face-off, and there it is, just bouncing towards goal. Ripsticks will tap it in, give it a little tap, tap, taparoo, and just like that, George Mason is ahead 2-0, less than 2 minutes into this game 1. Ripsticks. Demos JR will allow, actually that was Aaron who got a long shot. Ripsticks get credit for the save. I don't know how forceful of a shot that was, but the save is credited nonetheless. Vega comes flying through. Ex-Navy for the Howard Community College. He gets a long shot off, saved by Grammer. And Aaron gets demoed in the process. JR trying to follow it up for the Dragons. And it's just going to be long balls back and forth right now. Played towards the middle. JR with the shot. And just like that, the Dragons are finding a way to claw themselves back into the game. As Aaron fought his way through Vega. A little bit sloppy on the clearance, but a really good passing end by Aaron to find JR, who slams it home to make it 2-1.
Definitely tell maybe now the Dragons are starting to get back to the rotation, starting to get back to, what they know and how they usually play.
Yeah, it's really tough. Again, we were talking about how they just spent 2 straight games of just almost being on the defensive side the entire time. Now they got to get back into some kind of rhythm of let's play our game, our style. And despite some shakiness early on, it looks like they're finally starting to get there. Ripsticks, JR demo each other, but there is Vega to take advantage of the open field as the ball just bouncing right in the middle. Nobody there for Howard, and Vega puts it off the bottom of the crossbar again. Randolph-Macon doubles their lead to, George Mason doubles their lead to 3-1. That kind of play, it looked like it was Randolph-Macon playing. 2:10 left in game 1. Howard needing to find a way to get back into it. Grammer, a bouncing shot, and it bounces just over Ex-Navy as Grammer just completely took advantage of a misplay again. Aaron, no place for the Dragons. Ex-Navy tried to play the bounce, couldn't quite get high enough, probably was low on boost. And George Mason, I told you, watch out for them Patriots, and it is 4-1 George Mason.
The exciting part about that last regular season game, you can't count anybody out at this point.
You never know, sometimes some of those early season losses can turn into late season wins once you start getting into a groove. X-Navy plays it towards his own goal, and that is just going to be an easy one for Grammer to just walk the dog all the way into the net. George Mason just taking advantage of a really sloppy Howard team right now. It is 5-1 Patriots.
Pudge, you know, as a coach, what do you think their game conversation is going to be here in between these matches?
I mean, the game conversation right now has to be, are we even having a conversation enough in play? You have to imagine that right now, the way the game's going, whether their communication is good, because if the communication is not good, the team play is not going to be good. Trying to figure out how they can get back in it and really just try not to get tilted. I mean, it'd be so easy to just lose it. Aaron plays it towards the middle. Trying to follow up, it's going to be JR. JR trying to follow it up, but it is going to be cleared out as he just couldn't quite get the angle on it. 60 seconds left, and Howard needing 4 goals. They better hope that the fairy godmother comes out of nowhere here to provide them a miracle. Vega, big save by X-Navy. That was a beauty. Ball bouncing around, but it is going to be Grammer going back the other way. He's going to play it off of the side wall, trying to get it towards the middle. X-Navy, another good play defensively. Aaron gets credit for the save as he was able to get up for that one. Hit towards the middle again, and with 25 seconds left, the Howard Community College Dragons again left scratching their heads, wondering how they're going to get themselves back into this match.
You know, we've seen it before. We've seen them go down, come back late game, second, third game. They can make a difference. They can still come back from this, that's for sure. But it's just a matter of getting it all together.
And in the end, it all really comes down to the leadership and whether the team captain, JR, can really just find a way to get his team into a good place to mine, as Rib6 will add one on for good measure with no time left on the clock. And that will make it a 6-1 drubbing by George Mason in game 1. Yeah, there you go. Rib6 did get credit for a bicycle kick goal. Gotta love that. Put that on Sports Center. Love a good bicycle kick. Look at that. 2 goals apiece across the board. Another. There's just something to be said about the even team score there. Going up to down across the board.
I mean, even look at their shots. They all took fairly equal shots on goal, and they were able to capitalize on that.
And again, that typically is a symbol of what it means to be a good rotating team, where if each person is really getting involved in the action, that means the rotations are set. Rib6 was coming flying through, a great save, bouncing in front of the Dragons' goal. A third shot off the crossbar. Howard catches a break. The ball stays out of their goal by the, I don't know, maybe a force field is sitting in there because it looked for sure like it was going to go in there. JR clears it out. Good play towards the middle there. Aaron comes flying through, mistimes that a little bit as he couldn't quite get a touch. Vega gets around X-Navy. Howard could be caught out here. JR is demoed. And that is just a beautiful counterattack. That is textbook of, if you're not going to get the ball, go for the demo, go for the bump, and that is just as easy as it gets for Grammer.
And we talked last game, there weren't that many demos. We didn't see that many. This, we've certainly seen more in this game.
That's that good physical style play. That one bouncing again, an amazing save by JR, going backwards, somehow finds a way to keep it out of his own net. Boy, if this was a closer series, I would say that might even be a play of the match right there. Really a strong play, but Howard, you know, just caught with their pants down at the moment, trying to find a way back in here.
I'm gonna say their wheels were off their car instead of their pants down.
Well, their wheels were certainly on the ground there, but in that case, they shouldn't have been, because that ball once again just bounces right over X-Navy, who is a little bit late to react to that one. And it is 2-0 Patriots. I feel like I'm watching Mel Gibson right now. That's how good this Patriot is. Have to go for the movie references, you know that.
I knew you do.
All right. JR trying to come through. Aaron with the follow-up. Howard looking to push their bodies forward a little bit. As you can see, they are rotating more and more, getting aggressive. Play towards the middle. JR will get the shot, and it is going to be off of Vega, off of the crossbar, off of Vega again, and into the net. The Dragons find a way to get on the board, and it is the captain, JR, who is able to make the play when his team needed him the most.
And it's always got to hurt when you get an own goal like that. But, you know, great play by JR to get it there.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I don't know if you can quite give Vega an own goal on that one, but, you know, maybe his coach will say that, you know what, I'm calling an own goal. You got to run some laps, do a few burpees for that one, you know. I don't know what George Mason's policy is for when their team owns goals, but, you know, if I were the coach, usually I would try to give them the benefit of the doubt on that one. That was a tough play. A great save by JR, a double save by JR. And there's Aaron with a third save. The Dragons are just finding a way to keep it out. I don't know how they did it, but once again, they are just able to do it. They tried to counterattack, but the ball didn't get through. Ex-Navy, last man back, able to get the job done. Vega, no boost there, as he's just going to try to cradle it down. Plays it towards the middle. A beautiful pass it was, but the Dragons able to clear it. Ripsticks with the follow-up. Plays it off the back wall. Good angled shot, and it is going to be Grammer, who is able to somehow get under it, hit it towards goal, hit off of the under part of the crossbar and down into the net. It is a 3-1 George Mason University lead.
I think we've definitely seen the Dragons start coming together more in this game. I mean, we've seen them. Their rotations are getting in there. They played so much defense against RMC. Their defense seems to be coming together. Now we just need to see some offensive plays.
Yeah, the big problem for them is right now it just seems like Ex-Navy and Aaron just struggling to really have an impact offensively. They're just relying on JR to try to make a play. Ex-Navy trying to get it forward now. It is going to be misplayed there. Aaron makes a good save as the last man. Follow-up shot that's going to go off of Ex-Navy, and he is able to follow it up and hit it away. Now he will try to feather it through the air. Hits towards goal. Aaron was there, but couldn't quite get his car on it. I was about to say foot on it, but, you know, not really many feet around here.
Tires and wheels mostly, maybe an axle here and there.
Trying to get a strong right tire into it.
That's it.
Or maybe he was going for left. Is he a left tire kind of shooter?
I feel like he's got to be a dominant right.
What's it called if you're an ambidextrous shooter but with tires? Ambitire?
Good wait.
Ah. Rib6 clears it out. Ex-Navy puts it towards goal, but it is once again cleared out. Rib6 off the wall, looking to play towards the middle. JR just hits it straight down. You know, Babs, last time that we cast together, it was all game threes, all close, overtimes galore. So far, we have not quite had that same kind of drama, as it has just been one-sided. Hit towards.
You're gonna set us up. You are the biggest jinx in the world, and you just set us up for a night, man.
You see, but this is the good kind of jinx. This is the kind of jinx where we get more car soccer.
It's true. We said we'd go all night. They did it to you last time. They could do it again.
That's right. We had 2.5 hours of game 3 worth of matches last time we were on cast. Honestly, we're hoping some more of that here as the ball just sitting in front of the goal, bouncing around. There's 3 Dragons. They're just playing with it in front of their own goal. Grammer with the shot. That one goes wide. And Howard trying to go for a quick counterattack. If they want any chance, they've got to score real quick here. Hit towards the middle, but nobody there for Howard. They weren't pushing their bodies forward when they needed a goal. And that means that the time will run out. And there it is. George Mason University C, they have done what they need to do. They have picked up the win, and now they have to hope for some games to go their way as they try to sneak their way into the playoffs, as they improve to 3-5 on the regular season. And they will now watch very closely to see how that VCU Black and that George Washington University Buff games, how they go, as those two teams will play later this evening.